Okay, lash lifting time.
Okie dokie. So I always start with, she just had a facial, so we know her skin is nice and clean. That's not an issue. And we know her lids are nice and clean. However, because there's, finishing product in and around the area, we still want to make sure the lashes are as clean as humanly possible. So first, I'm just going to check the health of her lashes. They look, you can see them. They are nice and thick. They are long, which means we've got nice, healthy blood vessels going to them, which is great, but it also means it can take a little longer to lift them. Have you ever had a lash lift before?
Yes.
Okay. How long has it been?
A year?
When was Anna here?
I'm gonna say it was like 8 months or at least 8 months.
At least 8 months.
Okay,
8 months,
cool.
yeah.
Is she the one that took my resume?
Oh no, that's her sister.
Okay.
We found Emily.
That was on my birthday,
Through
actually.
Debbie, through
Yes.
Augusta staffing?
Yes.
Okay.
And it wasn't even like the staffing positions wasn't even for skincare that they had.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It was just kind of funny how that all worked out. I told my husband, I said, well, it was like a couple weeks later, I said, I haven't gotten a call from them, but they did take a picture of my resume, but I don't even know how that's going to fit in with what jobs there were out there.
I have been,
And
like
then I
I said,
got a
they
call.
will get you in anywhere.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that you got you right here,
Yeah.
right up your alley.
Because I was kind of scared that, I wasn't going to find a job here with skincare, and I feel like you had to know someone to get your foot in the door somewhere other than just a massage envy or something,
Right.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, well, maybe I'll just venture out and do something different besides skincare. And so that's why I went there, just so I can try to find something for it until I found a skincare job.
Yeah.
And then she said that, I'm like, maybe I really do need to stick with skincare.
So right now I'm just testing the length. So these are her lashes are going about halfway up the shield, which is a good indicator that we need to size down.
Okay.
So these are really cool. These will actually stay on the lid on their own. So
So
if
they're
you look,
halfway on the shield.
if they're halfway up, like right here, you need to go up a size
Okay.
in order for them to get as lifted a look as they'll probably want. Now there are some people who, if you do that, they're not going to be happy. So you make a note, next time go size up a rod.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, they're going to want a more lifted look.
Okay.
So you can see the size right on the inside. You'll see a circle with a letter and S.
Okay.
And then right here it will say L or R. So this is the left lid,
Oh, okay.
MS
Right.
medium size.
Medium size.
Because what they've done with the shields is they go a little thicker on the inside and then taper it more down. It goes kind of up and then down. But this side is a little wider than this side.
Okay.
Actually, wait, no, take that back. This side's a little wider than this side. But we're gonna need to go small on you, which will make you really, really have a lovely lift. Let's see, that is a small size.
Yeah, the larger the rod,
Yeah, Lisa is more.
the more bowed out the curl is. So yeah, but then the smaller it is, the more lifted the curl is.
Exactly.
So that's the difference. So I don't use the bigger ones very often because of that bowed out look. A lot of times you'll be in a medium or a small shield to get that lift.
Yeah. So this, for example, this one says small size with the R for right. So if you look at them side by side, you can see how it's left, small size, right. Alright, I'm gonna have you close. Just gonna confirm our placement. Confirm our rod size. Yeah, see how that's going closer to the top? That's going to give her a better result. So now, we're going to do just a smidge of cleaning, not a ton. Again, because, her super clean. We just want to make sure the lashes are clear.
Yeah, because a lot of times, especially after a facial, like, I mean, I put product all around the eyes, so she probably has some type of product on her eyes.
Yeah.
So what are you using to clean?
So I use a little bit of the Stone Crop cleansing oil with a little bit of water on a cotton pad. I'm gonna lift lid some, and we're just gonna kind of swoop, go across, and then inside. A lot of people don't go this direction, so they miss these outer lash hairs, and so they won't end up curling as much.
So my first thought would be that the oil would make it harder to get a good curl. What do they say about that?
So it's one thing if you're using a cleansing oil to cleanse with, and then follow it up with what I'm about to do with another layer of wash.
Okay.
You can also use one of those foaming lash shampoos. That works great.
So I do like the idea of using a cleansing oil around her eye because it just hydrates a lot, and it makes it easier to remove things later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now this one just has water on it. And this will just make sure that we've gotten any residue from the cleansing oil gone. Alright. Now, normally, for like those kinds of rods and shields, you would have to use glue on the back, glue them on the lid. That's not how these work. These will stay exactly in place where you want them, which is super fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to position this inner corner along her inner corner. We're just going to let it follow the lash line. Make sure that's exactly where we want it. And then we're going to go in with our under eyes. And you may think I'm going back and checking the sizing a lot. I am, because I want to know exactly where her lashes hit on this. So for instance, if I put it on like this, it's not gonna go right? I wanna know exactly where on this shield it's going to hit. And it's going to hit right at about here, about, I would say, 3/4 of the way in is about where her lashes are going to end. If I feel like that ending look is not gonna be what I want, or her eyes, like her eye shape might be shorter, and so where it ends is not going to end up in a pretty look, we can switch to a different shape shield. Okay. Where it's going to end, it will start tapering back down, so it's going to look really pretty. It's going to make sure those end lashes are nice and lifted without looking like unfinished, like someone has just cut. You know how some people cut in the middle of fake lashes and just put it on the ends and it looks really weird? We don't want that look. We want it to look like your natural lashes, but somehow they just look that much better. So we're gonna take, do you have any of the sticky little guys of these?
Yeah, they're in one of the stores.
I did not see them.
They're right there.
Ah, there they are. Excellent.
There we go.
Thank you. So we'll use those for tinting. So, we're going to take our little hydrogel eye patches, and either one of these can go under either eye. That's not really a concern. But there is kind of a bean shape to them. So it really depends on where you want them, because these do have a little hydration to them. It's going to depend on where you want more hydration for them. I tend to go with the bigger part on the outside, but some people, they have drier spots in here, so so you can go with the bigger spot on the inside. But it works either way.
So basically we're occluding the bottom lashes
Yeah.
to keep them out of the way.
So, Miss Karen, what I'm gonna have you do is open your eyes for me. This part's gonna feel a little funny.
Just keeping those eyelashes down.
We're keeping those bottom eyelashes down. You don't want them to lift up. What I do is I take this little guy and I'll make sure to get in the corner. You kind of gotta be gentle with it, but
Oh, yeah.
make sure that we get all those top lashes out of that hydrogel.
These are also a really good alternative to, because they're more blunt.
Mhm.
So you could use this instead of that if you ever wanted to. Like they're microfiber. You can use wands.
Either one, whichever you prefer. I'm so used to using the metal that tends to be what I use.
Yeah, totally.
But I have definitely used those before. Like I've had a couple days where I've just had lash lifts back to back, and so I couldn't get these, clean and sterile in enough time to reuse them. And so those will work spectacularly. Perfect. Right. And you can close, my dear. Okay. How's that feel?
Right?
Excellent, excellent. So, we are going to take two little guys. Make sure that you're using the right one on the right eye. And you're going to get it right up in that lash line. And make sure that any lashes you have are out from under it. Do get as close to that lash line as you can. And I tend to have a little gap right here at the top, and sometimes my top lashes will slide under it. That tends to be more comfortable for the client than just gluing all those lashes down.
A gap? What do you mean?
So if you look right here is not like totally glued down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So those-
you're talking about the bottom lashes?
Exactly. So those bottom lashes are still under there.
Yeah.
Sometimes the top lashes will like to make their way under there. You can just take your microfiber tip or this, just scoop them right on out. It is no biggie, but it tends to feel a lot more comfortable on that waterline than making sure that they are like glued down for dear life.
Yeah, the collagen eye pads, if they are sitting on the waterline, will start to get a little like stingy off of the client's eyes.
And the last thing we want is for them to be watery.
Oh my gosh, yes. Nobody.
No.
If their eyes start watering, like you
We're
might
done.
have to abandon mission.
Abandoned ship. So this, we have two different kinds of glue. This is a godsend. This makes gluing so much easier. It is a glue balm. You're just gonna take a little bit. Brand new.
I always got excited when I opened up a new
Right.
It is
container of
exciting.
product.
It is
I thought I was the only one that did that. Now it feels so silly.
That's funny.
So, I'm gonna take a little bit. It's very thick, okay? It's very, very thick.
I've never used this product before, so I'm interested.
I've used a few samples of it. I've never had a full tube, so I'm very excited.
Thick. You aren't kidding, girl.
She is THICCC, okay? You're gonna take like a little baby pea amount, and a brush is the best way to apply it. You're just gonna dab your brush in there. Make sure you've got some on there. it on the rod. Or the shield.
Sorry.
Try to make sure
You're not lying.
that you are getting the width of the lashes and the height of the shield so that all your lashes are going to stick on there. You don't need mountains. This should be enough for both eyes. It is really strong and flexible, so you do get quite a bit longer to work with it and make sure that your lashes are exactly where you want them. But once it's there, honey, it's there. It is surviving the apocalypse until you take water to it to take them off, and then they just melt right away. It's fantastic. Alright. Now, we're going to take, if you have one of these, use it. We've got the pick on one end and this comb on the other. So we're going to start with our pick and lay the lashes down. And we're going to use our comb. Oh wow. Secure them on the rod. So you can go back with your pick. Make sure they're laid down. You can also use the tip of it to kind of spread out the lashes as you go. God, it's been so long since I've used this and I'm so happy. As you're working, remember that how they look on the rod is how they're going to look off the rod. So if they're looking like a hot mess and they're going in every which direction on the rod, it's going to do the same thing off the rod. Now some people are just going to have natural gaps in their lashes. That is normal with typical hair shedding patterns. It's not an issue, but is something to be aware of. I'm gonna grab some more of that foam. Get just right here, that little inner corner.
Come over here, you can see it.
It is not a glue that you have to fight with. It's just like, ah, yes, you would like the lashes here? Here we go. You can do that. Isn't it nice?
Karen, how's that iPad feeling? Are you doing okay?
I am,
You
yes.
starting to get tingly at all?
I'm alright.
Okay. Don't be a martyr.
No.
Trust me, I'm not a martyr.
Okay.
So now we're gonna go to the other side and do the same thing. Once I've gotten the lashes on, a lot of times you saw me do it on this side, I will scoot that iPad down just a smidge, just to make them a little more comfortable.
And if you want to, you can go around if you want. You're not in the shot at all, and you're over there.
Don't be afraid to use a little bit of pressure when it comes to laying the lashes down. You want to be sure that up, guys, especially on the second eye. That is very normal, and we can go back and fix that with a little touch-up of balm. I'm just gonna go. You can use the balm on top of the lashes for particularly stubborn hairs.
Mm-hmm.
Step out for 1 second.
Perfect. So now we will scooch this one down as well. Make it more comfortable for them. So we are going to start with the lifting lotion. This is what's going to break down the bond, okay? So, in a lot of ways, did you ever use perm or know anyone who permed their hair? Okay. This is basically a similar process,
Okay.
where the first step breaks down those bonds of hair. The scissors.
I found them. Wait a minute.
Nope, I did not. I did not. Over here. She rearranges her stuff so many times that I'm just like, girl. Like it.
Does everybody have their own room that they work in, or does everybody have their own room they work in, or does they switch it up sometimes?
So pretty much Heather stays in this room, and the room where the other Emily works is the room I used to primarily work in, until I started doing more work from home stuff. And then Sarah is here every so often, and she'll kind of hop between rooms. So you want to empty the whole packet, and then you can take one of these little dough brushes or the little microfiber tip, whatever suits your fancy. And we are going to go as close to that lash line as we can without actually getting the water line. And we want to go about halfway up.
You don't cover the whole.
We will with the next step.
Okay.
So the lifting step, if you go on the whole lash, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
You good? If it's tingling, let me know.
No, that's fine.
So we're going halfway up.
You're not in the way, yeah.
So if you go all the way up, you will be at a much higher risk of over-processing the lashes.
Okay.
That is not what we want, because that will crackle them, make them frizzy and dry and angry.
Sorry.
You need
I'm at the right
you need a
time.
peppermint or some water?
I need a cough drop.
Alright, I'm going.
My mouth's getting dry.
Here, the
Thank
cough
you.
drop.
Thank you, sorry.
You're fine.
So sorry. It started, my throat started itching. I'm like, oh my
Oh
God.
no, that's what it was. Okay, I'm like,
My throat was itching so bad I couldn't stand it.
bless your heart.
Sorry.
That's the worst.
No,
Okay, go ahead. Sorry about that.
you are A-okay.
Or were their clients tell me something's going on versus them being in
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So we're gonna let this sit. You can let it sit for 5 to about 15 minutes. For her lashes are pretty healthy. I would say we're gonna start at 7 minutes and see how the lashes look.
Okay.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 7 minutes, please. And I have it so my timer will automatically play like a very soothing, relaxing sound so it doesn't like drive them awake.
You need some water, Karen?
No, we need to cut the heat off of the bed.
Oh, gotcha.
Get hot?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm prone to hot
on.
flashes, so.
Oh, it's funny because it is off.
Oh my God. It is just me, I'm
cover
sorry.
off your feet.
I have
for
hot
the
flashes.
temperature.
There,
Here, let's
I'm gonna cover
see.
my feet, might be alright. There we go.
Is that better?
That'll help.
That's better, yes. I'm hot. Thank you. I'm gonna cover my feet and I should be okay.
So one of the other things we
Maybe a
can
cool
do.
towel on them.
I know this is good. I think it's just like, yeah.
One of the other things we can do to keep the lashes in their spot is cover it up with a rod. That will keep any lashes from popping up. We just let them sit and chill with them.
Okay.
And just since you grabbed your phone, I would probably re-glove
Glove,
just
yeah.
because you touch the eye area. And my phone stays disgusting, so I don't know.
Good point there.
Fair enough. I'm like, oh yeah, most people don't sanitize their phone 5 times a day like me.
And then whenever you are sizing, whenever you're sizing, anything that touches the client's face, it becomes, contaminated. You have to sterilize it afterwards. Even if you don't use it in the service, it touched your eye, so you don't want to you want to keep it separate, just,
Yeah, kids like to cut the vitals.
yeah, nobody needs pink eye.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. New gloves, happy gloves.
So, Emily Calhoun's hands are so small that even the extra small gloves are too big for her.
Oh, bless her heart.
So I
Oh,
tried to
no.
order her
Really?
some kids gloves. Yeah.
Wow.
And the kids gloves are, I think I got like a 7 to 14-year-old size,
Yeah.
and they're still too big.
Oh my gosh.
They don't make extra small. They don't make a 2X.
You
That's
need
sad.
to order off like one of the Chinese.
I was gonna say you might need to order like
I said,
Chinese
go
or
to
Asian
Temu.
kids gloves.
Temu.
Yeah,
Temu.
right. Listen.
You
You
got
laugh.
some tank tops from Temu, and I look like a Michelin man in a tank top when I put that thing on. That's how small it was. I was like, okay. Not having it, Captain. And my socks I got were for like a person with like a size 12 foot. I'm like, okay, I can use it for a hat.
When they're laid down fully flat or close to it, these tend to stay on a little bit better.
Uh-huh.
So you're not having to constantly readjust them.
Yeah, I bet the new rods would stay on well.
Probably. And I know at least for a while they were coming up with the idea of a lid locker, which looks similar to this very tippy top of the shield. But it's just that part, and it's made to go directly over a shield or rod to keep the lashes down. We've got 3 minutes. Again.
Do y'all do a lot of these services?
We do a
Decent
lot.
amount, yeah.
And I would say that the rods on top of the rods, that's definitely like an optional thing. It's not necessary, but it can help, you know, from keeping them from popping up. But it's not always necessary.
It's not always. I've noticed with like really healthy lashes, they're more prone to popping up.
Yeah.
And so it really just depends.
And I've seen people use lash tape, like tape them, tape the tips down. So there's a lot. I would watch like a bunch of YouTube and see like there's so many different ways you can go about it. Yeah.
I was doing tape for a while, and then I tried it on myself at home, and I didn't like how it felt. So I stopped taping. She is a tape queen. She knows how to make it work.
Oh no, I don't tape them.
You don't tape them down? When you first showed me, you were taping them.
Oh, the bottom lashes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll tape those down. But I meant that you've seen people tape the tops down.
Oh my god, yeah, now.
Yeah, they'll tape the tops
ridiculous.
Down so they won't pop up. It's kind of a similar idea with the rods.
Mm-hmm.
But Karen, are you still dying? Are you okay?
I ain't burning up.
You're burning up?
Well, just to hear it from here down.
There you go.
I'm okay from here up. Thank you.
Here, let me.
Oh, thank you.
My hands are cold if you'd like me to massage your feet or
Wait a
anything.
minute. I think we got an option here.
You gave me that alcohol.
Yes.
Gotta go, thank you.
How's that feel?
She'd be flashing.
With the hot flash, sorry.
Do you want me to get like a towel or anything?
Where are your little bitty scissors?
Is my face is sweating? Give my face.
Top middle drawer.
Yeah.
Top middle baby drawer.
Okay, okay.
The rod just came off, but I don't want to touch it with my hands.
I got it.
Yeah, I found off.
Yeah, both of them have fallen off by this point.
Oh, thank goodness, that feels better. Oh, thank you, thank you.
You just look like you were fighting an invisible
I will,
demon.
I was gonna say, you look like you've been in a wrestling ring.
You're like,
I'm sweating. I'm sorry, y'all. It's so hot.
I'm just gonna blot some of it off.
I'm sweating.
Hey, listen, it helps you feel more refreshed.
Thank you. I'm not used to being on a blanket for this long.
What about when you sleep at night, girl?
My feet are up under the. I sleep with a sheet. I can't sleep the blanket because I get hot all the time, all night long, and it's horrible. I mean, I'll wake up, but it's like it's hot flashes that just come on and it'll start from my neck up, and if that gets hot, it's just horrible.
You're like in the colder months, huh?
If the colder it is at night, the better off I am.
So we're going to remove the lifting lotion. Unfortunately, some of these lashes are not staying on. But we are going to do everything we can.
just try to relax your face.
And then with Elleebana, you can remove with water. In fact, you actually have to with certain steps. So we're just gonna take a tiny bit of water on here, swipe up. Now we have our second step, which is the setting lotion. This is what's gonna set the lashes in their spot. So think of the setting lotion as like your curling iron or your hot rollers, and the setting lotion as your hairspray. That is basically how they operate. Oh goodness. Okay. Alright, so we want this stuff from root to tip. If you need to adjust lashes are sitting, you can definitely do it now. I tend to use something like this that's disposable for applying the lotions. Just to keep things extra sanitary. It's one thing to apply the balm with a brush, but for these things, for the lifting and setting lotions, I feel like using a disposable is typically the way to go. Like I said, this one you can definitely and should go root to tip. Now we're gonna get a different lid piece for that.
I have to write all this down in steps to make sure. I'm sure after a couple times I'll remember. every
Yeah,
single-
I'm doing Emily's tomorrow, so you can watch again for Emily's.
Right. Hey Siri. Set a timer for 8 minutes. 8 minutes, starting now. You'll want to go a smidge longer with your second step than your first step. Because that's what's going to hold the curl in where you want it.
Okay.
Some people will go, 5 minutes for the first step and a full 10 for the second. I feel like that's not really necessary. Why are you sliding on me?
I'm very excited to use this balm.
We're just gonna hold it here. We're just gonna hold it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you cooling down, Karen?
I'm good now, thank you.
Are you like cold now?
Yeah, I'm not cold.
Okay.
No, I love shut. My neck is still sweaty. The back of my neck, excuse me, is still sweaty.
I can see it.
I thought you said your nipples are still sweaty.
My neck.
I was like, oh, okay, well.
My neck. Not my nipples. That's horrible.
Yeah.
I would not sit out that was true anyway. I do have a little bit of cute. Just a little bit.
Occasionally.
I had to look at mixed company when I'm posting.
Right, and we are filming too, so. Right. That's where they get the term slippery nipple.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. Sorry.
Oh dear. This is not going stellar.
I'm gonna say a prayer for your lashes. When they get like that for me, I just comb them back into place with the product on.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Because that can
I was about to
happen.
say, I think we're there.
It's better than them curing into a position that you don't want. Like,
Yeah.
give them a brush, lift them back up, and get them back where they need to go. Yeah, that's looking much better.
Yeah.
And usually when it's about this time, this is when I'll start mixing up my my color, just to try to like save time while this is continuing to process.
So we're going to do equal parts of developer and color. You want to use the developer that goes with the color, hands down. Belmicil is at 3%. I hope that we'll be able to get the Profusion tint and developer again because that stuff was magical. That developer was at 2.5%, which is the lowest out of any of them.
Good.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
Finally went
so
away.
far that's not an option.
Say what?
The hot flash finally quit.
Okay.
It was awful.
Am I freezing you out with all these fans?
I know, it feels great.
Okay.
So see how we've got equal parts? Now to that, you are going to take the teeny tiniest little dab, this magic. This,
Developer.
no, this is basically lash Olaplex.
Oh, okay.
So you're just gonna do a
Oh,
dab,
wow.
a dab. The teeniest, tiniest little dab.
When she said Olaplex, you know what she's talking about? Because I don't. Yeah. I don't know either.
It's a bond builder. So it repairs any damage you might have done.
Okay.
A lot of hairdressers will put it in the formula when they lighten hair. They'll put in either a Brazilian bond builder, keratin builder,
What's it called
Olaplex. Olaplex.
Oh, yeah, I use that hair
Mhm.
shampoo and conditioner.
That bond builder that's in there, this is basically lash Olaplex.
Okay.
So like you have a blob of developer, a blob of tint, the teeny tiniest little dab of the regen.
Before you mix it, can you show me that? Like tilt it. Lift it up some. Okay, got it.
I mean, just teeny tiniest little blob, little guy. But that is going to really condition the lashes. It's going to keep you. This is basically your safety net to make sure you don't overprocess. If you are at all thinking, gosh, you know, they have really good lashes, really hardy lashes, I'm worried I might have overdone it, that's your savior. If you're thinking, gosh, they have really scrawny lashes, I'm really worried about the integrity of them, that's your safety net. When in doubt, use it.
Okay.
I honestly just use it on everybody because it helps everyone. It's not going to do any harm, it's only going to help. There is nothing in there that further processes the lashes. It just repairs. It's really good.
Yeah, the AC it blows like right on you a lot of times. That AC right there. It's freezing me.
Cold feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And typically
Feel like that's enough.
this process takes an hour. Usually we block out an hour. And you're, as far as time goes, you're doing good. It's 44 minutes. And probably most of the time you want to be like ideally like 45 minutes, 50 minutes you'd want to be like wrapping up so you can have like some time to clean.
Yeah. So with Elleebana, you have to wash off the lash step. Some people will do a full-blown lash bath. I feel like that's a little egregious and is a recipe for a lot of wetness. So I don't. I just take a very, very damp, saturated cotton round. Take it all off. Go ahead and take this off.
Emily, be a really good candidate for a lash lift. I can see your lashes from here.
Well, let's do it. You talk about it.
I mean, like I said, this is saturated.
How often do you think this is?
You can get them done about every 6 to 8 weeks.
How much is it?
Right now it's 65, and then the tent is an additional 20, so it's 85. And I'm thinking we might raise the price a little bit for the lift itself because of the new products that we have, the Olaplex thing, the gel glue balm. Those things are designed to make it just a better service. So
Now we're going to take some of these little flappy cotton ones, and you can either use toner, you can use water, you can use even an eye serum or an eye cream on them. I'm going to have you look up. These are going to go under the lashes this time. Some people will tint on the rod. I don't like to. I just never, I feel like it never turns out as satisfying as when I tint off the rod. Some people can tint on the rod and it looks magical. I'm like, I don't know how. I think you tint on the rod, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah. If I tint on the rod, I'm so likely to miss more spots. I'm like, how? I don't get it. So I just remove it.
I'm going to walk away now.
Oops, sorry.
Okay. Now, we're going to paint this on. You're going to close your eyes for me? Don't be afraid to kind of get more on there than you think you need. It's better to have a little more on there and have the lashes turn out like stunningly dark than not put on quite enough and have some blonde spots in the lashes. Once I put it on, I'm going to go in with a little Q-tip and just clean up any spots that are on the actual skin.
Looks like you still got a good lift, Charlotte.
Turned out better than I expected.
Yeah.
Definitely turned out better than I expected. You need to wiggle the shield down to make sure you're getting those bottom lashes. Do it. Try to make sure I really get the tips of them really well. So that's kind of key in making sure your lash tip looks good. If the tips aren't done, it's gonna be depressing. Now, I'm going to take the I'm just gonna clean up right around the lash line where I got onto her lid a smidge. Now, it's one thing to get on the lid right on the lash line. You actually kind of want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It helps give an eyeliner effect.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it helps give an eyeliner effect. They love it. They're like, oh my gosh, my lashes look so dark. They look amazing. I'm so thrilled. It looks like I have mascara and I don't. But obviously no one wants like a big blue-black splotch on the lid. That's that is not cutesy poo, as my daughter would say.
That's funny. Cutesy poo.
Cutesy poo. Cutesy poo. If it's not cutesy poo, we don't want it in our lives.
That's right. I miss the 5 years old at age of 5. Oh my gosh. Loved it.
She's wild. I love her to bits. She is wild. So
Just wait.
so as the tint sits, I kind of go ahead and like triage my
Oh, yeah.
cleaning.
Triage.
So I go by like what I use that needs major scrubbing, products that need wipe downs, anything that needs to throw away I gather in one spot, and anything that I didn't use but I still want to make sure it's clean, I put it in a separate spot where I know I don't have to spend quite as much time getting it, like checking every bit of it over because I didn't use it, but I still got it out. So I want to make sure it's clean. Alright, cool beans. And then for the tint, you'll want to use cotton rounds again. You don't have to have them saturated, but you do want them damp enough to actually remove the tint. I basically use them until no tint is coming up. So sometimes that's 2, sometimes that's 4. Really just depends on the person, how much tint they're leaking, basically. But the regen does help with that a lot. I noticed that 1, maybe 2 is all I need. Because it helps close those bonds back up so the color molecule stays in the lash hair. You know how like sometimes you'll go get your hair done, you wash it the first time and it's like all the toner just drips right out?
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to prevent, and that's what the Lash Gen helps prevent.
Okay.
So, do you have any questions?
You know, I'll probably think of something after it's all said and done.
I will also send you a couple videos from my favorite lash lift YouTuber.
Okay.
She is from Yorkshire, so heads up, her accent is extremely thick. It's adorable, but it is extremely thick. She calls it Elleebana, if that tells you anything, instead of Elleebana. But she's a sweetheart, and she walks through everything step by step.
Okay.
She does an entire thing just on the Elleebana. And it says in there, you know, don't use the regen if it's not the Elleebana tint. Elleebana makes Bellicel.
Okay.
And I asked them about it because we can't get the Profusion tint anymore. They said, yes, you can use it with the Bellicel. But if we were to use like Reflecticil or something like that, then you can either apply it as a separate 3rd step or mix it in with the 2nd step.
Okay.
And you would just empty the whole sachet and do 1 dot of the regen with it. So, looking good.
And so we'll do another lash lift tomorrow also, and then we'll get you to do one on somebody. So like,
You know what? I've
whenever
never
you're
actually
ready.
had a lash lift.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it on me, I'm totally down with that. You'll get it. It'll be great. I can tell you're nervous, but it'll be great. I promise.
No,
you.
I'm just, I'm listening and paying attention.
It's a lot of information. I know. It's a lot of stuff. It's one of those things that it feels like a lot, and then once you get into the rhythm of it, you can crank them out. It's just boom, 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 boom.
Right.
It's making sure that each step is done right. Once you get the fine tune of that, it's just do the step, wait, do the step, wait, do the step, wait,
Yeah.
do the step, wait, and then you're done.
did you do a lot of like tinting, like lash tinting or
We
anything?
did a little bit of lash tinting, but like they did away with it a because at Handstone they didn't get a whole lot of requests for it, so they did away with it.
Sure.
But I have done lash and brow tint. Yeah.
I think brow tint is easily our #1 add-on for sure.
Yeah, it's really easy to add that one on because you can do a brow tint. You know, depending on what mask you use, you can do a brow tint while they sit on with the mask.
Yeah.
You know, if you use like one of the jarred masks, you can do that. You can do, you know, remove the mask, do a brow tint, and you know, do a little extra. Like if you noticed your scalp needed a little extra work, or your shoulders needed a little extra work, there wasn't a time. Well, congrats, you just entered that time. You know, and that's part of why we put that 30-minute buffer at the end, is to give you, like, if they need this,
Yeah.
you got time.
Whenever the mask was processing, that's when I would like, you know, do a little bit of cleanup on their eyebrows or, you know, some tinting. You know, take that time to do it then.
For sure, for sure. Good.
Yeah, I'm just taking all of it in,
Right.
paying attention.
All right, I think we are good. So this is one of the other reasons I like to use tint off the rod, but on these is so that I can wipe the tint, any excess primarily on here, and then just go swoop.
Okay, I like that technique.
Makes it very useful. Now, sometimes something like this will happen. It's okay. I will just wipe the edge so that I can do it again. Just come on, you. Don't make me.
Now we didn't use the little cotton pieces. We just got the barrier repair from Dermalogica and used it as a barrier so that the tint didn't go into the eyes.
The barrier repair works nicely
Yes,
for that.
that's one of my favorites.
It is a good one.
I would put the barrier repair on the lips also, like during chemical peels, and
Oh, for sure.
just protects everything.
We have an ointment. See how I'm running my mascara
the
one through
excess.
and there's still some excess left? Good indicator that we need to go through it again. Instead of barrier repair, we've got a couple different occlusives that we use for that.
That compares to. Okay. I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah, we've got a few different barrier products.
So what I have found that really helps with getting the stubborn tint off, I really like to use those microfiber spoolies damp with water, and then you can kind of like just drag it through the lash line, and it'll get between the lashes a little bit better than your cotton round. So if that is any help.
It looks so good.
Yeah, I'm excited to take the after.
Okay.
Yeah, there was less steps that for the tinting, how Hand and Stone did it than this, but I could see why there's more steps because you're also, you know, lifting the lashes and
Oh,
everything
yeah.
too.
Well, not all tints do a lash lift with it. But even still, I do like to have something underneath just to help that removal process and make sure we don't stain the under eye area. My teacher was really fickle. When we were applying it, we applied it with a brush, and if we got any on the under eye shield, we had to remove it and start all over.
I
But we also had to get down to the
good
root.
that
Like,
she
it was
did it that
good,
way,
but
a
ooh,
little
it was
excessive.
intense. It was intense. Right. Open up for me, my dear. How you feeling?
I guess she made it hard for you then, so it'll be easier for you later.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple little spots on the lower lash line that I'm going to get, so I'm just going to get a little water in my glove. Look up for me.
water over there.
And I do like to dry the lashes after the end of the process because if they're gonna be over or under processed, it really happens once they dry.
Yep.
So
Have the little baby fan?
yeah.
Thank you.
And so I'll usually dry them and brush them with a spoolie and just give it a couple minutes till they're completely dry, and that way you know like your final result. Because I've had sent clients home before with like the lashes being kind of damp, and then they get in the car and they like do some weird kind of curl, and it's not what you're looking for. Yeah. You can close your eyes if you want, Karen. You know, you can close your eyes so you're not getting dry eye with the
It
fan.
actually feels good on my eyeball.
Does it? It's
Yes. My eyes started watering like Vincent feel like way bad, but that helped.
do you feel like that you have color in your eyes? Do you
No.
want like a cloth or anything to wipe your eyes with?
No, it's good.
Okay.
It's just I felt you start watering for a minute, so.
Yeah, that color can be uncomfortable. For sure. Ooh, I'm so ready for a lunch break, y'all.
I am hungry.
I'm starved.
Oh my gosh.
I'm fantasizing about
My stomach's
food.
been growling the whole time. I know y'all heard it 'cause it was like really loud.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it
We've
either.
had you held,
Yeah.
you held hostage in here.
Right?
Right.
Are you going to go get something or?
Yes, I am. And actually, we're gonna call it a day. It's about to be 1:30. I think we're good. We've done some things. We'll revisit more things tomorrow.
Oh yeah, they're looking. We're getting curl.
Okay, had to really cover it down.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna wait for Charlotte to put dry in them first, and then I'll take the picture.
Okay.
Alright. And then dab dab.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
It looks wonderful.